What's up, everybody, and welcome to Hogwarts Legacy. I am watching this with the countdown 10, 9, 8. We're gonna get some gameplay for Hogwarts Legacy. Let's freaking go. Oh, I am so excited. The chills, dude, the chills. Let's go. It looks so good. Oh my god. So freaking cool. There she is. There's the castle. Oh, baby, baby.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first Hogwarts Legacy gameplay stream. I'm Chandler Wood, Community Manager here at Avalanche Software, and we've got a lot of really exciting stuff to show you today. But before we get into showing you the game and gameplay, I have a few wonderful guests that I need to introduce you to. First up, we have our community guest host. He brings you the latest and greatest in Hogwarts Legacy content. He's the local Merlin conspiracy theorist.
Guilty as charged, yes.
One half of Expecto Go,
Yeah.
James Whitehead.
Let's go.
Yes.
Great name.
Great
name.
James Whitehead of Expecto Go, bringing you guys the latest and greatest in Hogwarts Legacy content. And I am one half of Expecto Go, the other half, my wife Sue, represents that other half. So I'm excited to be here, and thank you, Avalanche Software, for inviting me. I cannot wait to go over this gameplay. I just got to say that.
Me neither.
Thank you for being here. And we've got two people from the studio, just two of the many people bringing this thing together, the magic of Hogwarts Legacy. Game director, Alan Tu.
Hello, everyone.
And senior environment artist and Hogwarts expert, Boston Madsen.
Boston.
So thank you
What a
for,
name.
for taking time out of your
Her name's
very busy
awesome.
schedules
Imagine
right
having a
now
first
to
name
sit
as
down
of
with us
Boston.
to help us
What?
Show everybody
That's cool.
gameplay. So what we're going to be showing you today, first, the character creator, because it's your legacy, and you have to create yourself when you get into to get into Hogwarts and bring your.
Hopefully
whole
they nail
identity to
this.
Hogwarts. So we're going to show you that character creator.
Have a
And we're gonna
customization
dive
like
into a
Cyberpunk.
tour
Could
of
you
Hogwarts,
imagine?
And it is
Not in depth.
just a small tour
like
of Hogwarts, right? Because Hogwarts is huge. Hogwarts is really big. So we're going to be showing you a little bit, but it's still a lot. So, and finally, ending up with combat. A little taste of combat, a little taste of how all that works.
Let's go.
Let's
just a
go,
little taste,
dude.
Yeah.
Heck
Excited
yeah.
to get there. But again, first and foremost, we need to get into this character creator. And James, with you here, we wanted to let you create this character. So
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Andrew, who is going to be doing all of our gameplay capture today, is going to be handing you the controller.
Oh my gosh. All right. I won't
Could you
break it.
imagine being in this seat?
All right, so
I'd be over the
what
moon.
are we looking at right here on this screen?
These are your presets. So a lot like other games, there's some initial settings that you can choose for your character that just kind of get them into like the ballpark of what you want to
Fair,
be,
fair.
who you want to be, and what you want to change.
Oh man.
And then once you're in that ballpark, all the other tabs let you dial that in, be exactly who you want to be. It's our goal with this is to make sure that for anyone that fantasized about bringing themselves to the school for the very first time, that they feel like they have the options in order to represent who they are and essentially bring themselves to Hogwarts or whatever character they want to bring to Hogwarts.
Oh my god.
It looks
and
so good.
options galore. Do you
So good.
mind if I try to put myself in here right quick?
It's all about you
Okay,
today.
okay. All right. So, okay, yeah, that's me. We're here. That's me right there. All right, so that's step one.
That's my guy.
Close, but let's look at everything
Okay,
here.
let's go over
Play
here.
around with some of these options, like really.
All right, so what are we looking at with this option over here with the tab? I see face stuff.
Yeah, so a lot of the different faces that you saw in the previous screen, all those faces are
Love this.
are choices that you have here.
Love it.
So you can now you're just kind of getting into the details in your face shape, in your skin color. And then because we knew a lot of people going right in are going to want it right away, even though it's an option later in the game, you can collect different types of glasses, put them on later. We give you some options right up front if you want to have glasses.
Collectibles, maybe?
Oh man.
So is that what we need to do later in the game?
Show the faces.
Yeah, the detail, the definition of these faces are insane.
I like that. I don't think my face is that skinny, but I think we'll go with that. I think we'll go that route. And down here is this.
Those are your glasses there. Yeah.
Oh, so we started. We could go Harry Potter if we want. Oh man.
Gotta have them.
And this is just some of the options, I'm assuming.
Yeah. So through the course of the game, there's a lot of different options that you'll keep unlocking.
Okay.
So
okay. Yeah. So progression.
The character. There's
cool.
Lots of different classes. There's even masks. There's all kinds of things over the course of the game.
I like how it's all Victorian era, though.
Yeah.
Like,
right up front.
Such a good call. Such a good call. Oh my gosh. All right. So now, we can go fleek on this one with the hair.
I spend a lot of time here just like dreaming about my different characters. And what they're
my
gonna be
gosh,
like.
the pony. The thing I'm always amazed by whenever I see any aspects of Hogwarts Legacy's character creator is just the texture.
Yep, that's what I was gonna say too.
Adding the bounce with the hair moving around. That kind of looks like Hermione a little bit. I'm not even gonna just I'm not afraid. And we can just go. Can I go like Tonks purple or green?
I wish you could see the colors instead of having to use a line like that. But
this is so cool. Oh,
nitpicking.
I like that. That is cute. Oh, okay, so.
Oh yeah, let's go.
I used to have this type of hair like way back, but.
Was it purple?
I wanted silver tips, so that was the closest I got to any color. But oh my god,
rock the purple hair, dude. Come on, let's go.
So you literally can bring yourself. Like it's a myriad of textures.
Yeah, this is wild.
Different hairstyles here.
The only game that I can think of that has this customization is Cyberpunk.
These are more subtle options. We've got freckles, moles, different things like when it comes to your complexion, like darker eyes, maybe like some shading on the cheeks.
Oh man. You guys literally thought of everything with this.
I do have a bit of fun with that. And then the scars are one of those options where
always gotta have scars too.
Harry had his own unique scar, but you can come in with
different
scar options.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Always gotta have the scars, dude. I do this in every single game. I always have a scar on my character.
Oh, those are my favorite. The eyebrow scars. Love those.
Yeah, you look kind of
like classic.
Yeah, you look kind of just like tough. But anyway, so that
mess
over
shit up
here. Oh man, you guys, this is so sick.
Yeah, I wish they could change the color bar. I don't like how you can't see a color when you're scrolling, unless you're looking at the character.
I don't know how revealing I want to be with my facial features now. Just like, I kind of have a big face. Yeah, my eyebrows kind of sit kind of low. But I mean, literally, you have so many options just starting the game. I feel like I'm going to be here like forever.
Yeah, you and me both.
And then this final tab here, this is where you kind of bring your whole character together. This is where you finalize everything. You're not choosing your house here.
Okay.
That's not yet.
That was a theory.
Okay.
But here's where you bring you choose voice 1 or voice 2, which is more kind of a masculine or a feminine voice. And then even within that, changing your pitch,
with
the pitch slider.
It's a subtle slider, but you can hear it.
Concerned about. That was quite something.
And so you can kind of make out the differences. But yeah, you choose which kind of voice that you want. You'll be selecting your difficulty here. For
Dormitory.
today, we'll just go normal.
Wizard or Witch?
Andrew's going to be taking us through some of the experiences with combat later.
And we can talk a little more about difficulty, with combat and how that plays in. But I think the important thing here is like if for people who aren't gamers, especially, story mode is a way to get into this without being worried about like, oh, do I need to be good at games? Like, no, just enjoy this.
That's actually really cool.
And then go.
That's really cool.
We're good. Awesome.
And then
so they get a lot of the casual Harry Potter fans coming into this.
What do you think, character creator? We're good.
I'm good. Let's explore Hogwarts and let's get into some combat.
All right. Through the magic of using a dev kit, we're gonna be loading up a save a little later in. So that we can show you more about Hogwarts and give you that taste of combat. All right, Andrew's got some gameplay pulled up for us here.
Oh
we are starting out, James. There you are. You're wearing the House Fanatic robes from the account linking.
Thank you. I do look good. And this is our first look at the Hufflepuff common room. I'm assuming. I mean, dorm room.
The dorm room.
Yeah. This is awesome. But I
Oh
don't
my
know,
God.
what
Look at
what are
the
we seeing right here?
detail,
The UI,
man.
'cause This is our first look.
Oh, there's the owl.
So right now we know there's been a lot of questions about the HUD because this is the first time we're showing it. So
Oh, I didn't even
kinda going
realize.
over
Oh,
from
the
right to
HUD is
left,
right there.
On the bottom right is what we call our spell diamond. So those are everything that you see in it are
They're good.
slottable spells. So we have over 20 slottable spells that you can earn over the course of the game.
Okay.
Nice.
And that's where
Progression.
the player can place them and use them and access them very quickly. To the top left of that is you'll see the D-pad, and on the left is an eyeball, and on the right is a bit of a grid. So the eyeball is an example of one of, not a slottable spell, but what we call an essential spell. There are certain spells that are used in very specific contexts or that we just want on the controller at all times. And Revelio is one of those. That's left on the D-pad. On the right on the D-pad is that grid represents where you might slot spells. And so right now, today, we're not going to be going into the spell slotting menu because we feel like there's a lot of spoilers there. You know, like what are all the
Dang
spells
it.
and what can we do?
I would like spoilers, but
Come on.
But we do want to make sure there's still some goodies left to share with everyone. And then on the left side, that thing that has the L1 button next to it, that's another thing where we don't want to spoil, but basically that's where you access your tool wheel. So there's a lot of magical tools that you're going to be kind of brewing and growing over the course of the game. And
Interesting.
so that's where you would access them rapidly is our tool wheel.
Okay, cool.
There are a few things that I left off the table on the right. The green bar is your health, and basically there's a potion next to it. That's how you might heal. The bar above it, we're
How you might heal.
I apologize. And all the way on the left is our mini map with a kind of overhead view of where you are currently in your common room that updates as you travel through Hogwarts and beyond out into the world. And for those
So
fans
cool.
out there that aren't a huge fan of minimaps, because we know they exist, there's also options to remove the minimap and turn on or off different elements of our HUD. But
Really
That's
immerse
cool.
yourself.
Yeah,
and we'll go more into the spells as we get into combat, but that's kind of that's what you're seeing there. And
Oh
this
my
is our
God.
HUD.
This looks
Also,
so
Andrew's giving us
good,
a
man.
look over here, I want to call out. I'm a big fan of the bedside tables in the dormitories.
Random, but okay.
Very nice bedside tables.
They are nice bedside tables.
Yeah.
So random.
The honey-colored wood was mentioned in the writing. It's part of lore.
It's part of lore. There we go. All right.
So now we're walking out into.
We really tried to
lighting
make
is spot on.
low-ceilinged dorms to give you that Badger set sort of feel.
And the first thing I know is the music. The score is amazing with this.
Gorgeous.
And I'm calling out
Wow.
here. This is unique music that you're hearing for the Hufflepuff Common Room. Go back to those Common Room videos we released. You'll notice the music's a little bit different, and that is entirely intentional.
That's cool. I didn't notice that in those
I want to
videos.
welcome you to your common room in every single house, just a little bit differently. You can customize that experience right away.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Look at that.
Look at the detail. This is just
I mean,
insane,
beautiful
man.
Design. We could
Absolutely
spend,
incredible.
Like the entire rest of the stream just in the common room here and talking about it. And I'm
Wow.
sure Boston and James could be like just geeking out over it.
All the details come from J.K. Rowling's writings for this common room. The round doors, the hanging vines, even the dancing badgers on the fireplace.
It's got a real earthy vibe.
Yeah.
It's very, very earthy.
Which is like elements for each of the houses, right? Like
Hufflepuff is earth, Ravenclaw's air.
The moving
Gryffindor's
plants. You guys see the
fire,
moving
Slytherin's
plants?
water. We
Wow.
really leaned into that for each common room.
Wow.
So it feels earthy. We've got a little earthen passageway. That's what we were. Hopefully, it should feel very familiar.
Yeah, it does. It
The
does.
ghost is over there.
But I know you don't want to leave, but we're gonna be leaving.
Man, that was incredible,
I
dude.
understand.
That was.
Sound effects though, like looking back at the past trailers, it was just music, but kind of hearing how Hogwarts is now, it's so cool.
Very tactile.
Yeah.
Andrew's going to make use of one of our spells, Revelio.
Use Revelio right here because there's a little magic going on.
You notice a little something there. Yeah. So these are something that we kind of interchangeably call Revelio pages or lore pages. And you'll notice a bunch of things pop up on the screen.
Yeah.
You see that we got
Like
some
Nice.
XP for it. And you can also see that we've advanced something called like a field guide challenge up in the corner. So I want to talk about that a little bit. So we had to ask ourselves, what?
Continue. I'm sorry. Continue.
There may be something you may or may not be able to tickle there. But in our game, we had to answer the question, we're a late fifth year. What does that mean? How do we catch up to the other students?
Okay. Okay.
And so we have an answer to that question, and it's given to you by the staff. So there's something that we call the Wizard's Field Guide that's granted to you early on in the game. And the Wizard's Field Guide is how you actually work on catching up with the other students. So Andrew, if you hit pause for me up here, before you push forward a little bit, you can see in our pause menu, it's got this book theme.
Wow.
That's your Wizard's Field Guide. And you can see your house kind of crest
in the middle,
overlaid over it.
Okay,
right? And you
okay.
can see that on your level as well. So that the field guide has this magical property of looking out into the world around you. And the reason why it's on loan from the Ministry of Magic and the professors have granted it to you as a late fifth year student is because they want it to help you catch up to the other kids. And its magical property is to discover different opportunities to learn and grow all around you. So the way it works is, as you discover gameplay in the game, it actually recognizes that as a challenge, which is kind of
On the bottom.
locked into there.
Okay.
And Andrew, if you go in there, you'll see different types of challenges that are combat challenges, quest challenges, exploration challenges.
That animation was
Field guide
cool.
pages are on there as well.
Yeah.
So
1%. We unlock that one field guide page.
that entire category is one of the ways that the book itself kind of fills out into the school and spills out into the school.
I'm sorry to pause this. I know that I probably should just keep this going while it's live. Let me tell you guys.
And kind of hype.
That right there means that this game is going to be there's going to be a long play to this, right? It's not just going to be one story and then you're done. Like it seems like there's a lot of detail to this.
And different things to do around the school that you're actually going to interact with to help you grow as a wizard and practice your spells. And so that thing that we just saw is not just a field guide challenge and a way to earn XP. It's also something that that players can use to learn about the school as they're traveling around. They spot these little secret facts and they can kind of play a little bit of a game discovering all of them. And there are over 100 field guide pages just in Hogwarts alone.
Damn.
To
Okay.
the grand staircase.
100 of them.
We're not gonna-
Circular staircase.
All the
match the tower.
portraits.
Yeah.
And I did
Oh
notice
my
the flame
God.
just ignite right there, which was so cool.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Fast travel points there.
This is insane, man.
hourglasses.
I
We
know I
had
keep on
to-
saying it, but
How much fun was it designing those and putting all
They're
those in
gorgeous,
there?
but
But
that they're there just like in the books.
Yes.
Right
It's
next
a
to
nod
the
to
Great
lore.
Hall.
it's a nod to
Yeah.
lore. House points is not a core mechanic or system in the
Yeah,
game. It is
we didn't turn it
narratively.
into like a gameplay system, but it's definitely present throughout our narrative. And there are lots of choices where we want to nod to things that aren't necessarily gameplay systems, but we nod to them as part of the narrative.
Over to the right
Part of the
there,
wizard
Andrew
world.
was teasing. That's the Great
Great
Hall
Hall.
over through those doors. Again, we're not going there.
Oh.
He's just kind of like,
come on.
no.
Cool.
The flying page up there.
Here's another collectible page. Just again showing you like just these things around
Nice.
Hogwarts that you can do and pick up and.
That's cool.
That's a shot straight from the trailer too. Just that part right there. I recognize
We
that.
might be giving you a little fan service here with callbacks to those. So
And this must be summertime because I noticed these are the summertime windows. These windows will change with the seasons.
Yeah, the detail they put
Really?
is kind of it. I get surprised by it all the time.
That's
didn't
a
even know that was a
sentient
thing.
magic castle. So.
It'll change with the seasons. That's dope.
And we're going out. Look at that.
Jeez
It's where the
Louise, man.
students would normally kind of congregate, just to kind of chill out, play, meet each other outside of the Great Hall before and after meals.
The NPCs,
I
they
love the
seem
way
very
that when
real
the
too.
Castle interconnects to that it interconnects outside, inside. There are pathways on both sides of things, so you really get a sense of scope to how big this castle
And
is.
when you see things like you'll notice a bridge over there, that's a place you can go to and cross. Like
Yeah.
everything that you see is a place that you can visit.
Wow.
we put a lot of effort in making it feel really alive. Not just with student population, but even just the greenery and stuff. It's Scotland.
Yeah.
And this castle's been here for hundreds of years, so just kind of the moss and all the trees that have overgrown it. And
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's what I
That
was.
landscape,
That's what I was
that
meaning. It
Scottish.
seems very alive.
Look a little familiar to you?
I thought I recognized it. I believe this was from the spring ASMR, and yes, so that puzzle right there, that view, Andrew is taking us right back to
I am
that.
going to tell Andrew not to interact with that puzzle and to keep moving on. We can't spoil everything. We can't give you everything, right?
Hogwarts contains a lot of secrets.
Oh my God.
But this is this grand entryway right here coming down into really kind of central area.
Yeah, we're coming upon the central hall, and we pointed out the greenhouse outside, and we'll notice when we get down there that it's on the right.
See the smoke
This
on the
is
walls
a
and everything.
big hub of the school. Like it's a big castle, but it is designed so you shouldn't get very lost. This is kind of a grand central station.
I love that. I love
Each
that.
direction, you know, it's green over there, so the greenhouse is over there. Transfiguration courtyard, you know, the library straight ahead. So it's kind of a
Side mission there to the right, maybe?
Oh my
of a
God.
lot of the castle.
Even the color visually, you can just tell, okay, green,
Oh, green, go that
greenhouse.
way.
Oh my God.
A lot of it'll be subconscious, but
Yeah.
it'll help you really learn the castle and feel like you know your way around.
That's not to say that it's easy to learn. All of us here still get pretty lost in it
It
on a
is a
daily
castle.
basis.
It
It's a
is.
castle.
Great point.
I love that Andrew's definitely teasing a lot of things here. I'm noticing he's swinging the camera this way and that.
Yeah.
He's got this grin on his face over there that's just like, yeah, I know what I'm
Yeah,
doing.
show us more.
The reveal trailer. There's that dragon. Oh my God.
This is another location where the students will gather, you know, and just kind of chill out.
And an opportunity to talk to somebody, get a
Yeah.
quest giver here.
Is everything all right?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm Nellie, by the way. I'm just so excited that the Daedalian keys are back.
The what keys?
The Daedalian keys. Surely you've seen them flying about. Rumour is that a former headmistress, Professor Moll,
All right.
conjured them to protect the contents of certain locked cabinets years ago. Professor Black couldn't be bothered to disenchant the keys, and they appear every few years. You should try to catch one.
Why would I do that?
Each key will lead you to a locked cabinet somewhere in the castle. If you can manage to get the key into the cabinet lock, not an easy task, you may find a reward.
The talking and the mouths. I'm not a fan.
Perhaps I'll give it a go.
I hope you do.
What's going on in the background
In
with that guy?
fact, I think I heard one of the keys in the astronomy tower. You should listen for them.
So those kind of
I
side
hope
quests
you
are really, it's a cool way to interact
manage to
with
open a
your
cabinet.
fellow students, with perhaps other teachers, with, you know, various things like that, as well as
That is one of my pet peeves about games nowadays is when the voice, when you can tell that they don't have like an actual, whatever it's called. Like God of War does it very well where it shows the characters talking and they're speaking their lines while like covered in those dots to show like it's Kratos and Atreus, like that type of thing. That's not in this game, at least from what I just
teach
saw.
you some more of the secrets of
Not a
Hogwarts,
fan.
I think. There's a
in this
little
case,
bit of that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So the students are a way to kind of like flesh out the school opportunities around it, what we can do, and then those interactions, different interactions with different characters can also offer different choice points for the player, and then some of those things can affect things game wide. Some of these affect characters' lives, the ending of the game.
And sometimes it's just about you being a little bit of a
Sometimes
nice
just about
guy
the
or just
mission.
being a jerk.
Yes, absolutely. So the scale really varies, but those opportunities exist for the player.
Wow, look at this.
This
The-
is
the-
Dada.
I keep on
This is
saying
the
it,
dark
but
arts
Power.
tower, which
the details
this
are
is
just
one of my favorite locations in the
immaculate.
castle. Just visually, you come in here and just the richness of
It
this
is
area.
very iconic, very unique to anywhere else in the castle.
Somebody else that we can talk to, notably a younger student.
Yeah, she looks like a first year or an 11-year-old.
Are you all right?
Don't you know who I am? Zenobia Noak, the girl whom everyone at school hates for no reason.
That's sad.
Everyone hates you. Why?
Because Hogwarts is full of bullies and spoilsports. Leander Pruitt's one of the worst, that no-talent moon mind. I wanted to make some new friends, and so I brought my collection down to the common room. My gobstone collection, that is. I was hoping someone would want to play. Are you familiar with gobstones? Little balls, like marbles. Grand game. And if you lose, they spray you with a foul-smelling liquid.
I haven't much interest in a game that sprays you with odors.
Only if you lose, which I never do. Or at least, not often. People can be so cruel. Just because they're sprayed all over with smelly gobstone spit, it's their own fault for losing. Imelda is one of the worst losers. Everett and Astoria are terrible as well. And now those poor losers have taken my gobstones and hidden them in very high places all over the school.
Damn. He's gonna be a
Sounds
jerk.
as if you caused the smelly situation and they responded accordingly.
Oh, what
I
a
didn't
jerk.
make the rules. Anyway, I can't work out how to get them back on my own. I don't think I know the necessary spells yet. I need someone, perhaps a selfless and talented 5th year to help me.
I'll see what I can do.
I'd appreciate the help. If you do find all of my gobstones, do come and see me again. I'll be back to playing Snake Pit and Jackstone by myself in no time.
I love that interaction with her because there's so many ways that you can go with that. You can you can feel for her. You can be a jerk to her. You can be like, gobstone sounds awful. It sounds like you're just mean.
Yeah, and your opportunities to be mean there aren't over. So,
they continue.
That's a good example of the
gobstones too. I know people are gonna ask, gobstones playable? They mentioned it, right?
Yeah. Gobstones is one of the things that is not playable in the game.
Damn.
We've had to rip the Band-Aid off on a few things. Honestly, it's it's an amazing thing on the franchise how many things about this like speak to us as fans and that we want to turn into gameplay. And there were calls that we had to make over the course of production of kind of like which things we will and won't include in the bucket, just kind of for the overall
Wizard's chest.
Those are things that aren't featured.
Yeah. They're featured within the world. Right?
I'm glad they're mentioned. They're a part of the wizarding world.
Yeah. Every single time there was something that we regretted because we couldn't include it. We also tried to figure out a way to make sure that it was included in the narrative, included in the stories, make sure that there's a way to kind of like acknowledge it, touch it, and make it feel like it's definitely part of the world.
I mean, I get that from a productionist perspective, but like not having Quidditch in this is a huge L for me. I think that would be awesome, but I know that having to develop Quidditch, it would have been probably extended the timeline for this game.
Defense Against the Dark Arts class. I recognize that staircase to the left where we were just at. Andrew was walking by. I also recognize the dragon at the very top. Oh my gosh.
Being in a classroom, I think this is a good opportunity to talk about how classes work because we've gotten a lot of questions about that. Is it a schedule-based system? Is it to tell us how classes work?
Yeah, so ultimately decided not to go the sim route. So I think like one of the speculations was, is there time of day and that kind of thing. Like, can I miss class at this time of day?
There is a day-night cycle.
Yeah, there is a day-night cycle, but everything is very narrative-based, and so there's a big mystery going on in the world. There's something happening in the narrative, and we essentially see it as kind of like chapters in that narrative. Each chapter of which has a set of missions that you can choose between as you're progressing through the game, and classes fit within that structure. So there are mainline things that the players have to do, and then classes also appear on the sides as well as optional things that help you advance your spells. It's absolutely true that classes provide all of your major tools throughout the gameplay, your spells, your major abilities. You get to know the professors. Each one of them has these bespoke kind of events and moments in those missions. And then there are also additional opportunities outside of that through kind of like side classroom missions, essentially, where you can learn additional spells or things that you need in your adventure and also get to know the professors better.
And I just want to call out something that Andrew's been kind of showing off, ways to kind of interact with the environment and just engage with the world. And, maybe down there he's sipping some tea with the
Victorian high
society.
High society.
I just no wonder you like this area because we built it for like the pure
Oh my God.
and the Slytherins.
Oh, come on.
Well, like, speaking of lived in, like, the sound effects again, the chatter of the communication that's happening and the footsteps, like, it just makes it feel more alive.
Little events like that, the brooms going
I
by
just saw a broom
overhead.
go by. Love that. The data tower was one example, but no two hallways should look the same in Hogwarts. It has a lot of personality. Every hallway should be a little bit different, and that's
what it
mostly
seems
to help
like.
orient the player.
Right.
I haven't seen
Help them not
anything
get
that
lost,
looks
but,
the same.
This is Hesperus Hall. That's a little nod from the Marauders, a name that came from the Marauders map. But every hallway will have a little bit of a different personality, and
Personality. I like that because
Yeah,
it
a
gives
lot of
it does like
character.
Hogwarts has character. Hogwarts is its own character no matter where you go.
Yeah.
Feels just a little bit different.
Yeah.
It's a sentient castle full of magic for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
It's going to kind of
And
grow
full
and
of,
develop. Oh, I heard something.
Yeah. Speaking of characters.
Speaking of magic, Mr. Magic himself.
My future poltergeist too.
You know, we talked about building on lore too. I know there's that statue over to the side.
Oh, yeah?
That's
Do you know who that is?
Lachlan the Lanky,
Yeah,
and he's
yeah.
got his bow truckle friend. And I think if players don't know, there's another
Well,
Revelio page there.
Yeah, there's a map of Argyllshire. We know the fat lady hides
It
there.
hides behind it. That's right.
The third book. But sometimes a hallway has personality by how it looks, or we just passed a music hallway where the portraits have kind of taken it over, and so the sound makes it really unique.
All right, I gotta call this out here. I know there's been some criticism in the past that our trailers and our gameplay and what we've shown so far has not had enough owls. Okay, so here we are at the owlry. We're looking directly at the owlry to show you all of the owls.
It's a lot of owls.
It's a lot of owls at the owlry.
I love
all
the
owls.
fog rolling down that.
Great callback. Great call.
But I also love that as I one of my favorite things about just kind of going around on the outside of the school is that all those things that I see are places that I can go to, that I can visit. I just love that sensation
That's
knowing
so
that is
cool.
real.
That lovely Scottish country.
So we can go to the owlry, huh?
We're kind of closing out our mini tour of Hogwarts, and again, it was but a fraction of this enormous castle. But we're closing it out here in the clock tower, so another recognizable location.
Yeah.
But this is where Crossed Wands, which is the secret, not so secret dueling club, is that the students have put together. Professors definitely know about it, but they think they're being clever. And it's run by this Lucan Brattleby here.
Who's in a younger year, but we kind of like that that he's running things.
Hello, Lucan. May I use the training dummy?
Of course. I'll fetch it and give you a list of combinations to practice. Ready to have a try now?
Oh, is this the combat? Are we gonna?
Wonderful.
We must be seeing a combat here now.
Spells before the dummy lands. If you need to stop practicing before you finish all of them, let me know.
And this is a really good opportunity to now jump into combat, because
Nice.
really in the game, this is going to be
Nice.
the first time where you yourself get to learn about combat and combos in a big way and in a new way. For me
Here we
personally,
go.
this was where the game like really starts to open up to the possibilities.
Yeah. So we've set up a training dummy, and this is kind of an activity where you're supposed to execute according to kind of the iconography on the top. Now, what we see on the top is the Accio spell, followed by 4 what we just kind of lovingly refer to as basic shots. There's certain spells what the wizards kind of like use, just kind of fling. Andrew's using one now. And you trigger that by tapping R2 on your controller. So you can see in the corner R2. So if you tap R2, that throws out a basic shot. But that R2 is also your gateway to all of the spells that you might slot. So if you hold R2 instead, you can see how
Nice.
the diamond expands.
I figured that was gonna be the
and
case.
if we let go, you see how it contracts.
Yeah.
And so if you hold it again, it expands. And so when it expands, then all the spells that you slotted while you're holding that button can now be tapped with your face buttons.
Awesome.
Right here.
And not only that, but over the course of the game, you can gain additional spell diamonds, up to 4 additional ones, so that you can slot up to 16 spells, pretty much instantly. And then that helped us fulfill the fantasy of in combat, I need to be able to access things very rapidly.
Yeah.
And so you learn over the course of these events, how to juggle not just the spell casting, but also it reinforces an understanding of another feature of the wheel, which is their cooldown.
Nice.
So as you're casting spells, just to make sure that you're not just kind of like repeatedly using one thing over and over and over again, you can see cooldowns on the spells that he's using on the wheel. And then as you progress through the game, there are different things that can affect things like cooldowns through your talents, different things that allow you to kind of like juggle and adjust and update those things. And so if you hold down
There we go.
R2 and you tap the D-pad, it will switch between your other diamonds if you've unlocked them. And that's how you access all those.
Oh, man. It looks like we're about to get some action over here.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
So this is a great way to kind of learn how to pull things together,
So you use
pull those
Leviosa
combos
right
together.
Here. Yeah. Tap, Accio, tap, tap, tap. Awesome.
Nice. That was cool.
And that's just against the dummy, but I mean,
I'd say that's enough practice. You looked good out there.
Thank you, Lucan.
I say better to discover one's weaknesses during practice than during a duel. You'll be a fearsome challenger now.
We're gonna see some
now
dueling.
we can take on something a little more challenging. It's gonna shoot back.
Now let's talk about some more features of the combat system.
Hello, Lucan. Is the next round of crossed wands all set?
Why, yes it is. I've got a great match lined up. Ready for another round?
Nice. We're gonna see some
PS5
dueling.
dev kit here, so we're gonna be able to kind of pause
I'm
the
ready.
pause the action
Yeah.
and talk about what you're seeing on the screen, because there is about to be a lot going on.
Okay.
All right, here you can select if you want to fight with somebody else, some of
One
your
of the other
classmates.
students.
Yeah.
But in this case, we're not. We want that action to feel a little more frantic towards you to really get you that sense of combat.
Here we go. This is what I'm the most excited about is seeing the combat in this.
Because they've got you up against three people.
3, yeah.
Oh.
Off the jump.
So I can explain this just because I know people are going to go into it, but we can probably just kind of jump in. You're not the only one that has Protego and the ability to deflect. The enemies do too. And we actually play with that when it comes to the spell casting. So you notice that there are different colored kind of shields around the different characters. And you also notice that your spells have different colors on them. So to help players understand kind of like the function of their spells, we're trying to put them into brackets. So there are damage spells, there are force spells, there are, I'm forgetting the other one, all this, control spells.
So
And
smooth.
Those things for the player, they
Back
wind
and
up
forth.
also being a color indicator for which actual spell to use to break the different shields that enemies can use.
Okay.
That way it rewards kind of like that close
Right,
attention that you're paying
And we've-
on things.
We've got this paused here now, and you can kind of see all the elements on the screen, the
Nice.
halo around the avatar's head,
Yeah.
each of the different shields, to
Mhm.
kind of give us a breakdown of what's
Give us
going
a breakdown of different things that you're saying. So you notice at the top that we're kind of like
Only thing that I have about this though is accessibility. So where does the accessibility come in for somebody that's colorblind, for example?
calling out which enemy you currently have targeted and their level and health. And so, as you target different characters, you'll be able to get that breakdown.
Yeah.
The halo over your head, whenever an enemy is about to an attack, it's almost like you have a little bit of a sixth sense for those things that are coming.
Nice.
If you see the halo, it means there's an incoming attack. And if you tap the triangle button by default, then that you'll be able to deflect that attack that comes in and off with
Yeah.
the Protego.
And I love that
Cool.
deflect where it goes off and like hits things up and kind of breaks things off walls too.
But also, if you hold the button, then it doesn't just deflect. It also deflects and turns around with a counter attack stupefy that actually stuns the enemy. And you can use that even in your combos and stuff. So if you're focused on a character, and you're doing your thing, and someone else attacks you, you can actually turn that attack into a direct attack on the person that you're comboing.
Back into gameplay here. Andrew's gonna pretty handily finish these other students off here. Win this
Look how
duel.
fast it is.
Yeah, the combat is so smooth and fast. Oh, took a potion.
Yeah, we
Okay.
really felt like
I'm
really
so
felt like
impressed
in
with
the
this.
movies. There's almost like
So impressed.
it's kind of like there's this element of kind of like fencing from a very great distance.
That's
Mm-hmm.
a good call.
And there are a lot of things that we had to do with our controls and combat system in order to kind of capitalize on that idea
beat them
that's pretty unique to the
blindfolded.
Wizarding world.
Understandable.
Well, perhaps you should try that next time. The other duelists have already taken notice of you, but after that last round, they'll really have it in for you. You'd better keep practicing if you want a chance at winning, or at least surviving the next round. I'll let you know when we're ready. Hope to see you then.
I was really impressed by that combat.
For all the gobstones, so to speak.
That was so smooth and quick and snappy and fast. I love it. There didn't seem to be any
That is
clunkiness.
more or less gonna wrap
Nothing.
it up for us for now, for what we wanted to show you.
No.
Character
Oh.
creator, tour of Hogwarts.
Dude, that was all
and, just
so
that
cool.
little taste of combat.
So
But
cool.
we didn't want to leave you without maybe a little taste of something that we may show in the future, may show next time. So leaving the castle, going out here.
Okay. What are we gonna see here?
More
There's the
more
owlery.
owls, confirmed.
Owl mail. There's the owlery again.
Is this going to Hagrid's?
All of the owls. But yeah, just
Can't
heading
remember.
out here.
I think
again
it
to
does,
show you,
right?
like from
Yeah.
Hogwarts.
This is Hagrid.
To the world
The cabin.
beyond Hogwarts. And
Oh man.
Come on.
This is not somewhere where we're going today, but we will definitely be taking you in the future.
I saw it. It's down there in the corner.
A little glimpse at the scale of the castle back there.
Wow, that is beautiful,
All right,
man.
so we're gonna wrap things up here, but I
Beautiful,
hope you guys have
man.
enjoyed,
Absolutely
everything
beautiful.
that you've seen. But I think, James, you may have a few other questions here at the end of things. So
Yes.
while we're done with what we're showing on the gameplay side, I know there's a few things that you want to pick Alan and Boston's brains.
All right.
I would love that.
So with the questions, I'm going to wrap my video up here. I just wanted to see the gameplay. I wanted to see the customization, and I wanted to see the combat. And like I said, only red flags that I saw was the voiceovers. Just not... that is a personal pet peeve of mine of when games don't take the time to do that correctly. Other than that, though, there was literally nothing else that I was like, what is that? A red flag? Everything else looks so good. The detail is so clean and crisp. Everything in the castle, like the combat was smooth and buttery and just, you know, and thank you to the guy that was playing, because I cannot stand when we get trailers, gameplay trailers on, the people just don't even know how to play the freaking game, and it looks terrible. Like, that was a really good way to showcase the combat. Would have loved to see a little bit more combat, but I'm assuming that we'll probably see more as as we get more trailers and all that type of stuff as this game comes out. But in general, guys, I mean, what do you think? Let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought of this whole gameplay showcase. I was impressed with the detail. The detail of this was immaculate. I kept on saying it through the whole video, where I was just blown away by the looks of it. I didn't have any words. I really didn't have any words, because I was just taking in the whole castle, just the looks of the castle, and it was just brilliant. So if you guys are excited for Hogwarts Legacy and you enjoyed this gameplay showcase, make sure to leave a thumbs up on this video. Also hit the subscribe button when this game does officially come out. We'll be doing a full playthrough here of the channel. Also, as we get more trailers and all that type of stuff as well, I will be, uploading some reactions to those trailers like I've been doing with some of the other games on the channel here too, like God of War and Gotham Knights, all that stuff. So hope you guys did enjoy watching. We'll catch you in the next video.